Je voulais juste vous dire 2-3 mots sur Kent, vous présenter un peu qui il est et ce qu'il a fait jusqu'à présent. C'est quelqu'un qui a grandi dans une ferme du Minnesota dans les années 60. Il est aujourd'hui professeur de littérature et d'écriture dans le Dakota du Sud à la Black Hills University. Il a écrit plusieurs romans, un seul a été traduit jusqu'à ce jour en français, c'est Twisted Tree.
Donc on a lu le livre de Kent Meyers, Twisted Tree. Et en fait, donc c'est un livre composé de 16 chapitres qui raconte dans son premier chapitre la mort d'une jeune fille. C'est une pro-Anna et elle a été assassinée très macabrement par un tueur dont on connaît le nom tout de suite, c'est Alexander Stoughton. En fait, chaque chapitre, c'est d'un point de vue différent. Et on croise des personnages qui ont tous rapport avec Elle et Joe, soit parce qu'ils l'ont juste regardé une seule fois dans leur vie, ou ils l'ont touché, ou ils ont parlé avec elle, ou c'était des très bons amis. Certes, Elle et Joe est l'essentiel du livre, mais c'est pas autour d'elle que tourne le livre en fait. Elle, c'est vraiment le point d'ancrage, et après, c'est toutes les relations qui tournent autour du meurtre de cette jeune fille qui est important et qui permet de suivre l'histoire. Mais c'est aussi et surtout comment on peut décrire en fait la vie dans une communauté, les relations, les liens entre les personnes, et au contraire la destruction de ces liens.
Twisted Tree, qui a reçu des critiques absolument dithyrambiques de la part de revues aussi prestigieuses que le New York Times, le Washington Post, de publishers. D'un autre écrivain américain extrêmement connu, Stuart Orland, qui, en parlant de Twisted Tree, citait Faulkner, mais aussi Sherwood Anderson, et puis le roman de Russell Banks, Du beau lendemain. C'est dire la place que Kent est en train de prendre dans la tradition littéraire américaine, et la voix extrêmement forte qu'il est en train de porter aux États-Unis et en France.
As a fiction writer, what I do when I have questions about big things is I write fiction.
Is your story taken from a true story?
Very interesting. The initial event is not. No. In the first chapter of the book, which you didn't read, a girl is murdered by a serial killer. That's no true story. However, parts of this book are drawn from things that actually happened. For instance, the rattlesnake story. Something very like that happened to a student of mine. She stopped at a roadside stop, a picnic table area, and she left her door open. And when she got back into her car, it was dark down there, and she got back in, and she'd driven about 10 miles, and she felt something on her foot. And she looked down, and there was a rattlesnake. And so what she did is she was terrified, and she was afraid that if she moved, it would strike. So she drove 50 miles without moving. What you do as a fiction writer is I think you listen to the world, you look at it, and then you amplify. So I heard this story, and what I did is I brought the snake up onto her lap. Okay, I amplified the story, and then built things around it. I pretty much go through life looking for things that I can write about. I never actually take a character and say, I'm going to write a book about you, but I watch people, I pick up gestures, ways of speaking. So the book isn't so much about anorexia that way, but it's about the ways that all of us look at something and then we say, really not my problem. The second chapter says to you, no, you read this book as what a community fails to do.
How long did it take you
to write your novel?
This novel took me about 4.5 years. And I write about 6 to 7 drafts. And the reason is that some of the characters, or all the characters, they may be a major character in one story, and they become a minor character in another story. It's just like right now. I'm here. I think I'm the most important person in the room right now. See, I think this is my story. My story is, I'm a U.S. writer, and I come to France, and I'm going to talk. I'm saying for you, each of you, I'm just a minor character. Because you have your family, you have your school day, it's Friday, you're going, you know, I'm just a person who may be interesting today to you. And so what I'm trying to do with this novel is capture that sense of story. How we're all major characters in our own stories, and then we run into minor characters, but those minor characters change our lives.
Que faites-vous quand vous manquez d'inspiration? What do you do when you lack inspiration?
I don't believe in not being inspired. Inspiration, people, it's not what you think it is. Really, the inspiration comes from just plain doing the work. I sit down every morning, 7 days a week. I'm up at 5 in the morning, and I write until 9. I think there's a really, really intimate relationship between boredom and creativity. What writers do really is they make themselves very bored, because you can only stand so much boredom. And if you keep yourself bored long enough, you've got to become creative. About loss, about people losing other people because of that. And so that comes back in my books all the time. You know, someone loses somebody, and then how do we deal with loss? I'm very interested in that. I think this novel is very funny. And I'm really pleased to have you say that, because I think that very often I've gotten this reaction, you know, just because something is black or dark doesn't mean it isn't funny. I mean, there were times I was writing, I was just giggling. I thought it was so funny, and to have a reader say that really pleases me.
All the students here appreciated your book and appreciated your work, and the story is written so beautifully and with chosen words, avec des mots so poetic. And it's, well, it's nice, but it's true. You know?
I'm really glad that
the way you write is poetic.
Thank you. I work at that. I work real hard.
Si les Français ont aimé tous les films, ils aimeraient les autres livres. Parce qu'il y a un lien. Il y a des choses que l'on trouve dans son premier recueil d'essais que l'on retrouve dans le premier roman, des choses du premier roman qu'on retrouve dans les nouvelles, les personnages de son deuxième roman qu'on retrouve dans Twisted Tree. Je pense qu'il y a vraiment, on peut lancer une pétition. Gallmeister.
can read however you want. The way I read that, the way I read my own work. I love the drive down here. What is interesting, everybody, is that the Earth, the Earth doesn't care about national identities. And so I come down here through this land, and it's a lot like where I am from in South Dakota. Yeah.
Did you like traveling?
I do like traveling, yes. And specifically, I like France. I've been, this is my third trip to France. France has just some things that the United States doesn't have. It's got great art, great cheese, great food, and it's got a history that is much, much longer than U.S. history. My current dream, to be very real, is to make enough money writing to retire from teaching and just write. And then, a smaller dream is I want to canoe a river every summer for the rest of my life. So I see the river out here. Where is it, that river we cross? I look at it, I think, oh, that'd be a nice boat. That'd be a nice boating river. I love canoeing.
À partir de tout ce écrit, comme l'écriture était vraiment très poétique, on voit que l'auteur a beaucoup travaillé dessus. Donc cette écriture poétique, on a décidé de la condenser. Donc on a écrit par groupe de 2, donc un poème par chapitre. On a travaillé également en anglais, où on a réécrit nos poèmes, mais pas textuellement. On a fait des formes différentes, on a recherché d'autres mots encore plus qui sonnaient mieux en anglais qu'en français.
Very nice. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you all. It's great.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for listening to our questions.
You're welcome. It was very good to meet you too. And thank you for your attention. And your The journey in France has been fantastic. The sense of humor of the people here has been great. The warmth, the country is great. The weather hasn't been that good. We all knew the crazy son of a bitch was out there. Don't know how many times people told me of waking at night to the sound of his rifle. Hell of a way to be jerked out of dreaming. Shane Balin was a weird son of a bitch from a long line of weird sons of bitches. Not that anyone ever caught him in their headlights bending over an antelope or muley. Nothing like that. Just guts the next day, stinking and shining in a cloud of flies. We all knew who'd done it. God damn it, Greggy, they'd say to me, can't you do something about that goofy bastard? I tried once.